Now, funny story, I was getting ready to do this video. I'm setting some cameras up and reading about what I'm going to be showing you today. And it's raining. Funny story. Hey guys, what's up? It's Heather with the Mosco, and today we're trying to keep the dogs out of the flower beds. Again, my name is Heather and this is the Mosco, where we are learning to garden together, and this is certainly a learning opportunity here. We live in East Tennessee, gardening in Zone 7B, and we're all about trying things even when conditions aren't perfect. So behind me is this bed, and I need to put tulip bulbs in this bed, and it wasn't supposed to rain today, but it's raining, so hopefully it doesn't get too bad. But every time I put something in here, my dogs eat it. For those of you that don't know, I have 3 beautiful puppies. They are almost 2, they're not puppies anymore, but they love to eat everything. They have eaten things I would never expect to have to worry about a dog eating, but significantly they have eaten every plant we own in the yard. And the yard is starting to look a little bit too desolate for me, and quite frankly, some of the things that they're eating are really, really bad for them. They've eaten every bit of drip tubing I've had. I've put it back out. I've put the stuff you sprinkle on it to deter them from being out there. Literally, there's a dog in the window staring at me right now. So I've been researching, and this is what I'm going to try. Now, this might be offensive to some of you, but it is what it is. We are going to install the Pawz Away outdoor pet area. I've thought about getting just like a straight electric fence. That seems too expensive, and it also seems like it won't be intricate enough for what I need, because I need to put this around every single flower bed. So you can buy this. It's this little rock thing that you put D batteries in, and then you can buy 150 feet worth of electrical line, and then you can ring the outside of your bed. Now online, some people say it's great, some people say it's terrible. There's a whole testing thing we got to do. So that's what we're going to attempt to do today, and then hopefully on Saturday I can plant my bulbs. So it comes with all these instructions that I've been reading, and your dog wears this collar. I obviously got 3. And it will beep at them when they get close, and it's a static correction. It will shock them when they get in it. So you put this here rock in it, you turn it on, and you hook the wire into it. So for starters, we need to uncover the flower bed. So in the fall, I just blow the leaves into the flower bed, and what breaks down should be good for the plants, although the whole woods is covered in leaves, and it's the hardest soil ever. So what we're gonna do is start by blowing out the flower bed. I'll show you what flower bed we're looking at here. So the flower bed starts where, here, and we're gonna cut around, get the blue spruce in there, and then come back around this way. So we're gonna blow the leaves out of the flower bed, and then I'm gonna go get landscape staples, the landscape staple back down my drip tubing, and then we'll place our rock probably up here next to this other rock and run our line all the way around. But first, let's go get our blower. Alrighty, now that we've got that done, we're going to get the line and we're going to put it around the perimeter. And I'm going to landscape staple it down. Now, I question this choice because it says to bury it. I'm gonna put mulch over it in some capacity. I kind of feel like I should do pine straw mulch. I think that would be easier to maintain all the time. The hardwood mulch is very expensive, so I'm gonna price out pine straw mulch, and it gives me that southern feel that I love. But I'm going to lay it all the way around and landscape staple it down. The other thing that I'm concerned about, if I bury it, and I'm gonna be putting it where I'm putting plants and changing plants out all the time seasonally, I'm afraid I'll cut that sucker. And apparently they're pretty fragile. And it does have situations where you could put it on a chain link fence. So I feel like I can landscape staple it down. So let's come over here and see how we're gonna do that. So we're gonna start over here because this is where I want my rock to be. Or maybe I should start down here because I know this is what needs to get covered. Let's start over here. I've got my handy dandy box of landscape staples and a hammer. So this is the wire. You have to purchase it separately. So it comes with the rock and a collar. So I purchased 2 other collars and boundary wire. I do have my hot hands inside my gloves because, again, I am a weenie. So here we go. Should have brought some scissors. We're gonna start laying this out. It does seem rather flimsy. It also says don't make like sharp turns with it. So, you know, that's cool. So I'm also going to be cautious to not kink it as I go around. Here's where we got to be a little crafty, so we can't make a very hard turn. So we're going to do one of these numbers. And again, the barrier is supposedly several feet outside of where you lay this thing. Now, those of you that know me know I like to blowtorch the weeds out of the gravel here. So I'm going to put this far enough back that that's less of a concern. Alrighty, so we got that laid out. That wasn't bad. Literally standing on it. Okay, cute. Again, a couple things to note. You probably won't struggle as much as I do to put landscape staples in. It's very rocky underneath here. It's hard. You can tell that the first couple inches of soil I've done real well, which using the blower, it usually blows some of that away. So now we've got our circle. We need to connect it up. Again, you don't want to make harsh turns on the angle. You want to kind of make it curved. I'll give myself a C+ in that department. And wherever your wire is, there's supposed to be a barrier several feet beyond it. So you want to look out for if you've got a walkway you want the dogs to be able to use. Keep your eye out for that. Or like I can keep mine back from the edge of the bed. I tried to keep it away from the primary planting areas so that I don't hit it. When I go to plant my tulip bulbs, I will either use the thing, I probably won't use that thing, it's 1,000 tulip bulbs I'm gonna put in here. When I go to dig my trench, I won't have put mulch out yet. So I'm gonna bury my tulip bulbs and then put my mulch out. In future years, what I'll do is just like uncover the wire so I can see it before I start digging a trench. Last year we dug the trench with the tractor. We clearly won't be doing that this year. That would certainly cause a problem. You do have to be gentle with this wire. It is not super sturdy. So let's get our tools out and connect it up to the device, and then we'll put a collar on the dogs. So this is a lot longer than I thought it would be. I thought let's do a practice run. The concern is, if you get a little crazy, you can cut all the way through the wire. A long time since I wired anything. When I first graduated college, I bought a house, and oh, look at the skills. Haha, pretty good. I first bought a house, and I wanted to change everything in it, so, you know, naturally, like one does. So I don't have my hammer right here, do I? So I learned some home improvement skills, but when we bought this house, it didn't need really hardly anything done to it. The previous owners had done like a really good job. Like when they built it, it was really cool. I have a very different aesthetic, especially for interiors. I don't like things to be very mainstream or cookie cutter, haha. So I really enjoyed that about the place. It's my head in the frame. Funny story. Cool story, bruh. Let's see if that's better. So if you missed that, I don't have the right tool out here, so I was using the wire strippers and that does seem to want to bend that pretty good. Okay, so let's read the directions, shall we? And again, you can set these things just out, and they supposedly do about 16 feet. And there's some areas, like when I plant grass, that I might just put one so that the dogs leave it alone for a little bit. But I'm afraid that'll confuse them. So I've got this here rock, and I've got 4D batteries. I also have Minecraft Uno, if you need some Minecraft Uno. Put these in this box, and we're gonna follow these here directions. And I only used about half of this, so this covers quite a large area, which it's pretty good. That means I can because I need to do this bed and that bed, and it means I can probably do a good portion of that bed on one. Each one of these is about $100, so you know, you kind of want it to cover a lot. Locate the battery door at the bottom and loosen the 4 Phillips heads. I brought the tiniest Phillips head screwdriver ever. And again, we're really hoping this works because I really need my garden back. I also want to do around the raised beds down there so that I can again take all the crap off of them. I need to replace those raised beds actually because they are getting worn out. They're actually rotting on one side, which I kind of knew that eventually with that much water and soil they may. And I would like to go with the Vigo beds. I just think those are really pretty, so we'll see how that goes this year. I need also to get 2 more. So that will be hopefully a project for this year. Hopefully we'll make a video about that. The thing about it is it's warm enough out here, but it's so gray and depressing. I mean, it's good to still be outside, but I don't want to be out here like I do in the summer. In the summer I crave, I need to go outside, I need to do something in the yard. And I also need to go to the vegetable garden and start clearing it out. I've let the weeds take over the place, so I'm very excited about this year's vegetable garden. I feel like I'm going to be more disciplined. All right, so we go minus plus. It says that these batteries should last about a year, so we'll see. And it also says that you should be testing it once a month. They do give you this tester so that you can test the collars to make sure that they're working. All right, batteries installed. Turn the battery and open the lid, exposing the LCD display. Oh, fancy. Press up button once to turn on the barrier. The black segment at the bottom of the LCD displays the unit is set to the lowest range. You can create a barrier up to 16 feet in diameter using the up and down buttons. Adjust the range to fit desired pet area. And then it tells you how to test it. Okay, connect the wires, remove the battery door. Ruh-roh. So here on the bottom, there's an external. So we've set it to external. We're gonna put our batteries back. Plus minus, minus plus. Using the wire stripping pliers, strip about 1/4 inch of the insulation from the ends of the battery wire. Bend each of the wire to form a 90-degree angle. And it says 1/4 inch, and I think we got a little more than 1/4 inch. Yeah, I think we got more like 1/2 inch. So we're gonna cut that. And we're not gonna make the same mistake twice. Oh Lord, we are, because I cut it too short. Bending at 90 degrees. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but there's 2 screws right here. So we are going to locate our tiny screwdriver again. And we're gonna loosen these screws. And then we're going to put the wire underneath the screws and tighten it back down. So I'll do the first one here. And I'm gonna make sure it's making that turn very well. And then here's the other one. So I'm just making sure that the screw itself is having contact. With the actual wire. Trying to get it as close to the threads as possible. make sure that I'm actually underneath some actual wire. Okay, now I'm going to very carefully place our lid back on. It does have a nice groove in place so that your wires have somewhere to go. And we're gonna screw this back on. It does say if you are gonna bury this wire to make sure that you test it before you bury it, obviously. Like I say, I'm not gonna per se bury it, I'm just gonna put mulch on top of it. The other thing I'm a little concerned about is if this means that the voles are gonna move back in and then they're gonna eat the wire, but we will see. All right, so now let's put her in place. Means I probably need to get some slack going on this one. And I have to tack down all this excess wire too, so I'll do that in just a moment. Let's test it first. So, start with a range set of 3 segments and adjust the range up to 6 segments to get your desired coverage. So you have to start with 3 if you're using the wire. Then once you've got it set up, you would bury it. Okay, so let's test this sucker and then we'll tack down all of this extra wire that I've created for myself. Testing. Hold the receiver collar with the contact points facing up. Alrighty. Alright, it says use the test light tool to turn it to the on position. Alrighty, it's in the on position. Keeping your hands away from the contact points used. So I was editing this video when I realized the end of it doesn't have audio. And I could just use the native camera audio, but it's been a week and a half since we've had it installed, and I thought it would be even better if I came back out here, showed you how it's working, and did kind of a little review. Spoiler alert, love it. This is going to change everything in this garden. But let's go and take a look at how it's working out. So again, the line is here, right here. Okay, all the way around. It probably beeps here, like where the driveway starts, right here. So that's several feet. Same thing here, it's beeping into the grass. So it covers a fairly large area. So that afternoon I put the collars on my dog. I did adjust them like it said to make sure that they were tight but not too tight. I do only have them wear them for so many hours a day, take them off if they're gonna go in their crates, take them off before they go to bed in their crates. They went in here one time a piece and they have not done it since. They're completely avoiding this area. It is magical. I have since planted bulbs in here. The soil has not been disturbed. It has been really, it's gonna change everything for the garden. So I'm going to promptly purchase a whole bunch of these. I'm very pleasantly surprised because I read a lot of reviews online that was like, you know what, it didn't keep my dog away, it was too close, but this, I can really tailor this to exactly the size that I need. I can change using the buttons how large or small it is. That one rock will cover more area than this. It will cover 150 square feet, or I'm sorry, it'll give you 150 feet of line that you can use. And I was very pleasantly surprised, A, about how much that covered, B, how effective it was with my dogs. I did not have to come out and train them. Unfortunately, they did experience the static correction and they have avoided it ever since. Has not been a problem at all. We are going to buy a bunch more of these, install them in every bed in the garden, and I can feel more confident that I'm putting in plants that A, might not be healthy for them, they're not going to bother them, and B, that I'm not wasting my money on the plants because they are not going to bother them. Again, I cannot say enough how excited I am about this product because this has been a struggle for me for several years and my yard looks terrible as a result. And I've also been worried about my dogs eating things that they shouldn't be eating out here. I need to replace my beds, but as I replace them, I'm gonna ring around those as well. I'm just really, really thrilled with this product. I am going to link it down below, but this will change everything for my garden. And then when I go to like seed grass, maybe you've got an area like I do, like so, where the dogs have trampled the grass. When I go to seed that grass, I can now put one of these out, rocks, and then I will probably put flags around so that they can see the perimeter, since that perimeter will change. And I can seed that area without having to worry about them trampling it and doing all the things. So I'm very excited about this product. It installed easier than I thought it would. Again, that wire is more delicate than one might would hope, but it has not moved since I put it there, and the dogs have stayed out. So I'm really, really thrilled with this product. So that's gonna be all for me in this video. Please comment below if you've used it or if you have questions about it. I will link this product down below because I really am thrilled with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.